Hello, I'm playing Aether and Iron. For a while, I used front direction weapons for my healer vehicle, but actually, if I kill enemy in front of me, its debris hits me and deal 4 damage. So if I can equip 3 auxiliary parts, I don't need to use front direction weapons. So I'll change my vehicle to flatbed again. And I'll buy an auxiliary parts and more storage unit. Something bigger than this one. Okay, nothing to change in Zapper. So I buy this one. And this storage unit. And an armor. Yeah, that's all. This can buff our allies to deal more damage, and this one increase projectile damage. This one helped a lot in first boss fight because this one means this weaken means double damage. of projectile damage. So now I don't need to use front direction weapons. And for Zapper, I can equip better armor. Just one more health. Oh, maybe there will be some items can be stocked only with medium storage compartment. Okay. Let's move now. And this time I'll visit Dreamland. Yeah, I cannot visit White Street anymore.
We're here. The Spritzenhaus Beer Hall, New York's own little slice of Bavarian cheese, and Killmeyer's personal haunt. Little Germany's a veritable forest of no-good varmints, and he's the biggest one with the sharpest claws. I should step carefully. Got no interest in getting scratched.
I've heard they have soft pretzels. I can't wait to try one.
We talked about this. You're staying put.
Okay. You're right. I'll just listen to my radio shows. Don't be long.
Nellie switches on the radio and tunes the dial to some torrid-sounding drama. I didn't even realize we had an AM transmitter in this heap. The place is a riot of music, laughter, and German conviviality. Spilled beer makes a flytrap of the floor. Rusting suits of armor guard the perimeter, and the air stinks of sweat and smoked meat. Killmeyer nods absently at the musicians, who take his cue and finish their polka with a relieved flourish. I approach the stage. Up close, their lederhosen might be even louder than their instruments. Guten Tag, gents. You don't happen to know the fellow up there, do you? I nod in Killmeyer's direction, and their flushed faces turn suddenly pale. The tuba player leans down to me, anxiously holding on to a pleasant smile.
Yeah, that's Killmeyer. Everyone knows him.
Not me. Feel like giving a girl an introduction?
Sorry, madam. We're just here to play. We don't want any trouble.
He wipes a kerchief across his brow, and his trembling hand suggests it's not the music making or the stifling heat making him perspire. I spy the corner of a well-worn photograph, a little fat-cheeked boy peeking out of his side pocket. That your son? Hope so. It'd be a bit strange to pocket a photo of someone else's kid.
Yes.
Let me guess. His safety, his future. It's all at the whim of the big man upstairs, and how well you dance to his tune. Or play, I guess.
How did you...
Not my first rodeo, pal. You got those in Germany? Never mind. Thanks. All right, then. Enjoy your evening. A pair of patrons stare each other down over a pile of cash. I pull up a chair and place my billfold on the table to show them I'm flush. I watch as their greedy eyes fix on the money. Can 3 play at this game? The other players nod their assent, and a moment later I flag down a hostess for a drink.
Okay, not now. Balthazar Killmeyer?
Balthazar Killmeyer's a great bear of a man, with scars and fine silk stretched over his overfed frame. He affects a kingly air, adorned with gold from the gaudy rings screwed onto his sausage fingers to the schoolboy curls plastered to his skull. Herr Killmeyer, can I have a word?
Aha! A word, a drink, a bite of sausage. It's all yours for the taking, meine Schatzi. I don't believe we've met. Dieter, bring her a beer.
No thanks. I'm here to talk business.
I make it a point to only do business with people I know. And we've only just met, my dear. Please, I insist.
One of his cronies appears with a glass beer mug as tall as my boot. Foam sloshes out as he pushes it into my hands. At the same moment, I feel a pinch as the goon next to me points a switchblade at my ribs. A test, then. Listen, pal. I know better than to come here empty-handed. Can we skip the formalities? I produce the old compass Throg gave me, and watch Killmire's face contort with a sickening mix of boyish glee and patriotic pride.
Ein Hofstadter. These were used by my country's navy in the war. My father had one just like it. I never thought to see one again. Very thoughtful gift indeed. I am at your disposal.
A casual flick of Killmire's hand sends the staff into a frenzy as they clear a table for him downstairs. He settles his great bulk onto the groaning, protesting bench and gestures magnanimously for me to sit across from him.
Now then, what is your name, Liebling?
Gia Randazzo.
Oh, you are an impressive young woman, Miss Randazzo. Why don't you stay with us for a while and we'll get to know each other more intimately?
He runs his tongue over his lips, a pig slavering at the trough. Sweat glistens on his forehead. His goons loom like vultures. Suddenly, I feel like vomiting. Tempting. But tonight I'm just after an Aether core. A Bronson, if you can get one. His eye twitches involuntarily, and then the beer hall echoes with his booming laughter. I wait, impassive, while he wipes the tears from his ruddy cheeks. Seeing my expression, though, he gapes in disbelief.
You are serious? But this is impossible, Liebling.
I was told nothing's impossible for the great Killmire. What's one little Aether core to the Baron of Klein Deutschland?
As susceptible as I am to flattery, I am also not a fool. It is true. I can get anything I want, but nothing comes free. And what you are asking, it carries a high price indeed.
Of course. Name it.
Straight to it, eh? Very well then. 100,000.
Oh,
I'm afraid that's not going to work for me.
Oh? And why not?
Who do I look like, Apollo Diamond? Come on, be reasonable.
I think I have been more than reasonable with you, Schatzi. These are my terms. Take them or leave them.
Let me ask you, how well do you know Mar Magdalene? The air pressure drops around us, squeezing Killmire's goons into their collars. I can practically feel my ears pop.
You are new to Klein Deutschland, Liebling, so I will excuse your mistake. We do not speak of Frau Weiss here, except to curse her name.
Ah, I see. Must be tough having your barony stolen out from under you. I get why you'd be sore. I'm pushing my luck. The fat man draws in breath and expands, like the next thing out of his mouth won't be words, but a jet of flame.
I caution you, Fraulein. You amuse me, but my patience has limits. Understand this. I will have my barony back from that elderly witch, and if you speak of her again in my presence, they will be your last word.
Okay, take it easy. I get the picture. I'll drop it. What's my guarantee you can source the part I need?
You are a cosmopolitan woman. You must know there are no guarantees in life, but perhaps it will soothe you to know I have many contacts in the free homes here who have access to such things. If you have the money, I will find your trinket.
That's it?
Not enough for you, eh? All I can offer is my word.
That's what's making me queasy. You didn't even ask for details. That tells me one of two things. Either you really can get anything, or you're full of it. So which is it? My vision becomes a silver screen vignette, tightening in until all I can see is his gold-capped grin, stretching across his wide, pallid face.
Business is the art of trust, would you not agree? We shall have to trust one another.
Yeah, I suppose we will. Fine. You got a deal.
Excellent. Give me some time to find your little trinket. In the meanwhile, you are free to enjoy the accommodations here. On the house.
Thanks. And just so you know, I'll have an expert verify the part's legit before you see a single dime from me.
I would be disappointed if you didn't, my dear.
Thanks for your time. I've got to go.
Ah, shame. I shall count the minutes until our next meeting. Auf Wiedersehen, my dear.
Oh, I cannot interact with musicians. Let's restart. This place.
The place is a riot of music, laughter, and German conviviality. Spilled beer makes a flytrap of the floor. Rusting suits of armor guard the perimeter, and the air stinks of sweat and smoked meat. A pair of patrons stare each other down over a pile of cash. I pull up a chair and place my billfold on the table to show them I'm flush. I watch as their greedy eyes fix on the money. Can 3 play at this game? The other players nod their assent, and a moment later I flag down a hostess for a drink.
Daredevil.
Sorry, madam. We're just here to play. We don't want any trouble.
Listen, Fritz. One way or another, I'm meeting Killmeyer. Who knows what I might say? I'm sure your snot-nosed kid would be upset to hear you didn't want to help a girl in need.
All right. Just give me a moment.
He shuffles off and supplicates to Killmeyer. I can't quite make out what they're saying, but I see the tuba man gesture in my direction, and as I lock eyes with Killmeyer, I feel the heat of his gaze like I'm staring into an oven. Killmeyer smiles and inclines his head, and the musician scurries back over to me with obvious relief splashed across his features.
Herr Killmeyer will be pleased to make your acquaintance, madam.
He turns to his bandmates, and his tone instantly darkens. He relays something in German that the others seem very displeased about. When he turns back to me, his politeness is just a paper-thin veneer.
We must now play 3 more sets tonight, on the house. So, if you'll excuse us.
All right, then. Enjoy your evening.
So let's see what's the difference.
Balthazar Killmeyer's a great bear of a man, with scars and fine silk stretched over his overfed frame. He affects a kingly air, adorned with gold from the gaudy rings screwed onto his... Herr Killmeyer, can I have a...
Aha! A word, a drink, a bite of sausage.
No thanks. I'm here to talk business.
I make it a point to only do business with people I know. And we've only just met.
One of his cronies appears with a glass beer mug as tall as my boot. A test, then. Listen, pal. I know better than to come here empty-handed. Can we skip the formalities? I produced the old compass Throg gave me, and watch Killmeyer's face contort with
Ein Hofstadter.
a casual flick of Killmeyer.
Now then.
Gia Randazzo.
Oh, you are an impressive young woman, Miss Ra.
He runs his tongue over his lips. A pig slap. Tempting. His eye twitches involuntarily.
You are serious?
I was told nothing's...
Ah, as susceptible as...
Of course.
Straight to it, eh? Very well then. 100,000.
I'm afraid.
Oh?
Who do I look like? Apollo Diamond?
I think I have been more than reasonable with you, Shatsi. These
So,
are my terms. Take them or leave them.
interacting with musician
Let me ask you, how well do you know Mar Magdalene?
doesn't have any difference when I talk to Killmeyer.
The air pressure drops around us.
You are new to climb.
Ah, I see. I'm pushing my luck.
I caution you, Fraulein.
Okay, take it easy. I get the. What's my guarantee you can source the.
You are a
That's it.
not enough.
That's what's making me queasy. My vision becomes a silver screen vignette.
Business is the art of...
Yeah, I suppose we. Fine. You got.
Excellent. Give me some time to find your little trinket. In the meanwhile, you are free to enjoy the accommodations here.
Thanks. And just so you know,
I would be disappointed.
thanks for your time.
Ah, shame. I shall count the minutes until our next meeting. Auf Wiedersehen.
Let's see what
Bartender here at Spritzenhaus serves
bartender
more than a stiff drink.
has.
Guns and it's stolen, he's the man to see. There's no better place to pick up a little contingency plan for a run gone sideways.
How about something with kick?
Show me what you've got.
Okay, there are some interesting items. So this scout rifle is better than improved shotgun. And there is concealed storage. I have to buy this one anyway. Yes, this one first. And when I have more money, I'd like to buy this one. Okay, let's leave.
Und your powder dry.
The air outside, thick with pollution and city grime, is still a welcome relief after the stifling choke of Spritzenhaus. The feeling passes quickly as I notice my ride is empty. Not a physicist in sight.
Nellie? What the hell?
The radio's still playing, but the kid's nowhere to be seen. Instead, all that's left is a scrap of paper on her seat. Nellie's note is cryptic, written in a frantic hand. I can barely make out the details. Something about hearing an urgent message on the radio and heading to Ellis Island. Damn it. That kid will be the death of me. I'm like a filly wearing blinders as I gallop towards Ellis Island, which is why I don't see Dufresne's night black ride until it's right up alongside me. He's looking distinctly worse for wear, if no less grimly determined.
Found you.
You again? Leave me alone, you drip.
You went and bruised my pride back in White Street. Afraid it's personal now.
I thought you were just after the kid.
Oh, I am. I'll find her and bring her home. You can tell me where she is now, like a good girl. Or I can dig it out from under your fingernails.
You'll have to run me off the road first.
Suit yourself.
have to kill him very quickly.
These roads are falling apart.
So empowered is just one more damage.
found you.
Ugh, you again?
You went and bruised my pride back in White Street.
I thought you were just after the kid.
Oh, I am. I'll find.
You'll have to run me off the road.
Suit yourself.
These roads are falling apart.
And I can kill this one right now.
Today you got lucky. Something else needs my attention. Besides, no sense killing you in such a public setting. We'll meet again, smuggler.
You better hope we don't. Okay, where's Nellie? I suppose the main building would be the first place to look. A shattered concrete base and a broken heel is all that's left of the Statue of Liberty. She fell into the well years back, and nobody's seen her since. Something about it reminds me of a poem I've probably forgotten. Passenger liners shuttle people in from all over the world, and smaller ferries escort them to their new homes in the city's baronies. Ellis Island's immigration hub, where the American dream supposedly begins. A lot of huddled masses. Not a lot of breathing free these days, though. Above the bustling hum of the ferry, I hear the distinctive ringing of a bluebell, making his rounds to collect fares. They're a common enough sight, but I never did get used to seeing children doing shift work. He approaches me with a smile.
Hello, miss. There's a nickel, please.
What's the deal with you bluebells anyway?
Well, we wear blue, and we ring these little bells to signal departure. Or make announcements to passengers like yourself.
Yeah, I got that. But how come you're all kids?
Couldn't say, miss. It's a good job, and I'm lucky to have it.
And what do your parents have to say about it?
Not much, miss. Seeing as they aren't around anymore. Will there be anything else?
What's the latest at Ellis Island?
You didn't hear it from me, but the hubbub is there's some disagreement between the Bengali League and the Dresden Coalition. They're both fighting for space at the docks on account of the war.
The Dresden Coalition? How's a kid like you know so much anyway?
Part of the job, miss. Spoke to a fellow from Calcutta the other day. Some kind of delegate, I think. He seemed real sore about the whole thing. I said to him, we got space here for everyone.
And what did he say?
He said this is supposed to be the land of opportunity, but some folk get more opportunity than others.
You think that's true?
I reckon he's right, miss. But I do believe New York can be a home to anyone.
I believe you're right, kid. What's the state of things in the city right now?
Everyone's talking about White Street, even up in the Heights. It's been a long time since someone took down a baron in broad daylight.
Did they say who did it?
I'm not one to spread rumors, miss.
It's okay, you can trust me.
What's the word about the perpetrator?
Well, they say H. Randazzo did it. She is the most vicious killer in all the lowers. I met some folks who canceled their trip to Randall's and Ward's on account of being so scared they run into her.
She sounds real dangerous. But you don't believe every rumor you hear, do you?
You think she's innocent?
You know how people talk. Maybe she was in the wrong place at the wrong time. What if she's actually a good person?
I don't know, miss. Seems to me you have to make quite a few mistakes to end up in that situation in the first place.
I think you've got her number, kid. I hand the kid a nickel, which he deposits smoothly in the barreled coin collector at his waist.
Much obliged, miss.
See ya, kid.
Have a nice day.
The building's stained glass fresco bathes the cavernous space in multicolored light, sprinkling a surreal, numinous calm atop the human tumult. Banners representing some of the city's baronies hang like advertisements on a marquee, selling hope and prosperity to desperate newcomers. Too bad for them, it's all snake oil. The immigration officers are doing their best to keep things civil amongst the din, but they look like they haven't had a break in hours. A few haven't even had a chance to shave. One family in particular seemed to be half asleep on their feet. Seeing the hardship of their journey, I'm suddenly a little girl again, standing just where they are, feeling just as tired. And just as scared. Anything Customs raises their eyebrows at ends up here. I peer inside the crack of the door and notice the alarm wire, rigged to detect entry. I slide a knife into the gap and run it down toward the jam. The sharp edge slices the wire neatly in two, and I gently pry open the latch. A second later, I'm inside. Well, what have we here? Lying on top of a stack of conspicuously forged documents sits a shiny chrome pistol. I slide it under my coat and slip back into the foyer before anyone's the wiser. Scanning the crowd, I finally pick out the shine of Nellie's distinctive platinum blonde hair. She's talking to a middle-aged man I don't know. I make sure to keep her in eyeshot and keep my temper in check as I make my way downstairs towards them. Pardon the interruption, but what the hell, Nellie? Nellie spins, her expression betraying genuine shock at my sudden appearance. She's keyed up with emotion, her neck flushed, and her words spill out faster than she can control them.
Gia, why are you... Oh, Gia, this is Professor Alistair Gardner. I can't believe it. I thought he was dead.
As did I, my dear. When I woke up, bruised and bloody, and you were nowhere to be found. But we're together again, and that's what matters.
I know. Gia, isn't it wonderful?
Oh, hello, Miss Randazzo. I've heard so much about you already.
Nice to meet you. Heard a lot about you, too.
Indeed, it was a pleasure meeting you. Now, Eleanor, don't you think we ought to...
It was extraordinary, Gia. He wrote in the radio show and left a secret message just for me. Between segments, they read personal advertisements. You see, the professor didn't use names, but I knew immediately it was him. I'm sorry I had to leave so quickly.
As she babbles, I cast an eye over her companion. He seems pleasant, if a bit fidgety, like he's impatient or something. What's going on here exactly? I heard about the attack at the Institute. Surprised anyone made it out.
So am I. A terrible, terrible tragedy.
But we're still here, and we're together again.
We certainly are, my dear.
The scholar seems reluctant to share more details about the attack. I suppose it's understandable. Who'd want to relive that? Clutched in his hand, I can see a pair of ferry tickets. They're close enough for me to read the words Olympus Gates stamped across the top. That's the entrance to the Heights, and those ferries aren't cheap. Gardner clocks me eyeing the tickets in his hand and smoothly pockets them. Going somewhere?
Well, of course! We've got to get back to Olympus Park. There's so much to do.
Indeed, my dear. And if we want to make our ferry, we better get going.
Wait a second. Nellie, you can't just leave.
But Professor Gardner...
You have to fix the well. And I just ran into our old friend Dufresne. Did you know he's still looking for you? You can't go back to the Heights. It's not safe. Nellie seems pulled in opposite directions, like she's stuck between magnets. Her mind rapidly computing the factors separating her new life in the lowers and her old mentor who's suddenly back in the flesh.
Professor, Gia is right. I'm being foolish. I have to stay and fix the well.
I don't think these tickets are refundable, but if you think that's what's best, I know enough by now not to try and stop you.
All right then. I'll stay and finish my work. We've got a well to fix.
I wish you the best of luck. Please contact me if you need my help.
Professor, don't be ridiculous. You're coming to stay with us at the hole, isn't he, Gia?
Oh no, I couldn't. I won't impose myself like that. Don't give it another thought.
I'm getting awfully sick of people not listening to me. You're coming to stay with us, and that's final.
Gardner looks to me, shrugging helplessly. I've spent enough time with Eleanor Reinhardt to know exactly how he feels. We share a small half-smile. Hell, always room for one more. I'm headed there now anyways. We have lots to talk about.
Woo!
Welcome to the hole, Professor. It isn't much, but it's home.
How quaint.
Well, find you somewhere to stay. Oh, and just wait until you see my lab. Wait, I've gotta clean up.
Thank you again, Mr. Randazzo. I'm going to get myself situated. I'll see you both very soon.
As he totters off on his cane, the kid turns to me, her eyes sparkling like twin gemstones.
Thank you, Gia. I can't tell you what it means to me to have him back.
Enough to run off on me without a word.
Oh, of course. How thoughtless of me. I'm sorry, Gia. Did you get my note at least? Well, you did find me. I had no choice. I had to go. I thought he was dead. You understand, don't you?
I feel two spiteful wolves circling each other within me. The kid's lucid, pleading stare makes one thing clear. My next words will burrow straight into her heart. I better choose them carefully. Look, I get it. If I had a chance to see my Zio Alfonso again. But kid, you're in it now, understand? Whether you like it or not, you've got other people along with you on this ride. Nobody knows better than me why a girl has to look out for number one. But you're not alone anymore. None of us are. Nellie smiles, and my whole world lights up like fireworks.
Thank you, Gia. I really needed to hear that. I just never expected to hear it from you.
I got my moments. Nellie practically sprints off to rejoin her mentor, and I adjust my hat before setting off to visit our resident movie star. I'm about to knock on the door when I hear muffled voices on the other side. I lean my ear against the cold wood, snatches of tense conversation fluttering past me like crisp leaves on the wind.
And for the birthday bash, if there's enough money...
Need help now. How many more islands before...
Understand that, but if we...
Not good enough. I'm alone out here.
Oh, damn it, Sam. Tell her.
The divide between the two erstwhile leaders of the underground seems to be widening. I'm no politician, but it seems to me they're in dire need of unity in their ranks if they don't want this campaign to fall apart before the votes are counted. I give the door a few sharp knocks. Apollo's face and his expensive aftershave are there to greet me when it opens. He ushers me in.
Sophie's agitated. You heard her, Sam. The situation is becoming more unstable, and Mom's birthday is only days away. We have to move.
Sophie?
Sophie Seltzer, leader of the Does and our mole in Dreamland. Sharp as a switchblade, but thankfully she's with us. And she needs my help dealing with Mom now.
Look, I agree. Mom is a loose bolt who wants tightening. The Aethenians are the only thing holding that monstrosity up in the sky. And I can't say the labor talks are going great. But you saw the girls' demonstration. We can't ignore the well.
You know what I can't ignore? The pledge you and I made. You remember, don't you? The strong, the weak, the worthy, the meek, etc.
Should I come back later? Apollo and Sam deflate, letting their hackles down like a pair of chastised dogs.
Sorry, Gia. We tend to get carried away. How'd the meet with Killmeyer go?
I want to know more about this Sophie of yours.
Sure. You ever heard of a fellow called Dropper Brody?
You saying she was the one who finally got the drop on him?
Nothing gets by you, darling. Finnegan Drive, the Peony Parade, even the baseball debacle in 33, all Sophie. Every one of the city's sleazy urban legends involves her in one way or another. Suppose that's why I like her so much.
Sounds like she and I are cut from a similar cloth. But how can you trust her?
I'm running a rebel cell, Gia dear. How can I trust anyone? Everything eventually comes down to needs and wants. She wants Mom gone. So do we. For now, that's enough.
I want to know more about this situation with Marm. What's she up to exactly?
She's expanding her territory recklessly and amassing huge wealth for her birthday bash. At a great human cost.
Which is why we have to act quickly.
What do you mean? What human cost?
She's taking over entire islands and grafting them onto Dreamland. Blackmail, extortion, force, nothing's beneath her. We're not sure where she's getting the technology she uses, but whenever she absorbs an island, people die.
What kind of technology is Marm using?
It's far too powerful for simple black market refits. It has to cost a fortune to do what she's doing. Meaning it's specialized. The kind of kit nobody in the lowers has ever seen.
So where's she getting it from then?
Oh, that, Gia darling, is the million-dollar question. And you've got to help us answer it.
The meet with Killmeyer went well, I think. He says he can get the Aether Core. But he's asking a king's ransom for it.
Damn. Maybe we ought to just steal it from him.
Killmeyer has connections with people that don't exist, who get supplies from places nobody can find. Marm may have embarrassed him, but that's only made him more dangerous. And we don't have a mole in his camp like we do with Marm.
What he's asking... it's ludicrous. I'm rich, darling, but I'm not that rich.
Are we going to ignore the girl's warning about the well?
People are dying, Sam. We can't just stand by.
So what do? Countless more lives will be lost if we don't consider the bigger picture. We need to reprioritize our plans.
I'll say this much for sure, gents. We don't just sit here flapping our gums about it. Apollo looks ready to lash out at me. But at a stern look from Iron Hand, he thinks better of it, and the pair cross their arms in unison. The squabble that had been building like a storm front above our heads dissipates. They fume silently for what feels like an eternity. I mull over their words, and the image of Marm wading through piles of gold, snatching up other baronies like a shark swimming through crowded waters. Then it hits me. Wait a second. You said Marm's loaded, right? Gold, treasure, the works? They nod at me in sync, Tweedledee and Tweedledum. Let's steal it. They stare at me, then at one another, dumbfounded. In an instant, they snap into focus and lean in close as they weigh the risks in hushed, excited tones.
Not as crazy as it sounds, Sam. She might be onto something.
It's robbing Peter to pay Paul, but might be our best shot. Killmeyer's on the alert, but Marm's not. She's distracted. We can use that.
And she can't keep expanding without capital. We'd stop her dead in her tracks.
The girl can fix the well.
And Mom gets a sucker punch where it'll really hurt.
So, are we robbing a casino or what? All three of us burst out laughing, and Apollo embraces Sam as he whoops with excitement. Their passion is infectious, and Apollo's eyes are alight with purpose as he clasps his hands together.
Ha! All right. Here's the plan. 1, I'll hook Gia up with Sophie. They can coordinate and figure out how to access Marm's vault inside the Pandemonium Casino.
2, we stage a distraction, grab the loot, and get out.
And finally, 3, you meet with Killmeyer again and get that Aether Core.
Well, what are we just standing around for? Let's get to work.
Look what the cat dragged in.
Now that I think about it, I don't think I've ever heard you say anything positive about Dreamland.
That's because there's not much to say. Sure, they're not yanking up every able-bodied citizen for their war. Sure, they won't lock you up for having a bottle of booze. But they're cutthroats. Money's everything over there. They don't care who you have to step on to get it. So as long as you have enough scratch.
I'd like to believe they're not all that heartless. And last I checked, cutthroats is how the rest of the city describes the whole.
Don't say I didn't warn you. And try not to blow your wallet at one of their tables. See you soon.
Holding up all right? Good luck out there.
Ah, you're back. See you soon.
Maybe a quick drink. Somewhere quiet to calm down before I head out again. I enter into the old tavern, one of the last vestiges of when this island had more radishes than people. Cress works at an old radio in the corner, and Thomas spit shines a glass at the bar.
This damn thing won't work.
Hi, Gia.
Must be a shock, finding out your mentor's been alive all this time. If it were Zio, I still wouldn't believe it.
I really thought he was dead. He was caught in the explosion. There was debris everywhere, and there was blood. And if I'd stayed even a moment longer, maybe I would have realized he was still alive.
You couldn't have. You said it yourself. Dufresne was there, and he would have taken you away to who knows where. Would that have done Gardner any good? My assurance is water to a sunflower mid-wilt. She perks back to her usual sunny demeanor.
You're right. I think he understands. When I found him, you know what he did? He said he was so relieved that I was safe. It was the most emotional I've ever seen him.
I know you can't finish Daisy until we get you that core, but it's hard to picture you sitting around sipping coffee and reading a book.
Of course not, silly. There's still too much left to do. There's construction of the device, obviously, and I'm waiting for Professor Gardner's peer review to ensure I haven't missed any. Oh, and I need to install the new materials. I'd initially improvised from what I could find, but Professor Gardner put Tiana in contact with his suppliers. It'll increase Daisy's range and stability significantly.
Sounds like a full plate. Scheduling any room for sleep in there, Professor?
Oh, well, it'll be very busy, but it's nothing I can't handle. We're on a tight schedule, and we're finally making progress. A few weeks of extra work never hurt.
You and Gardner seem pretty close. If I didn't know any better, I might have pegged him as your dad or uncle.
He isn't. I mean, we're close, but it's not like that. Except he helped look after me when I came to the Heights. The other scientists helped, but we were colleagues. Alistair was there for me through my move, and my doctorate, and even my birthdays.
What about your folks? You lose contact with them when you moved upstairs?
It's not that I can't contact them. I'm just not sure we'd have much to talk about, or if they'd want me to bother them.
Not the best relationship with them, huh?
It's complicated. Mother and father love me, but I'm not sure they always know what to do with me. Sometimes it's like I'm speaking Latin and they're speaking Greek. But when an opportunity to go to the Heights was announced, they still supported me. Even if it meant they'd have to let me go. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help.
The man sits sanguine at a table, sipping something warm while reading a book. In French? Nothing like some light reading. Getting comfortable?
Why, yes. Yes, I am. Thank you, Miss Randazzo. I appreciate you asking.
Not what you're used to.
No, but it's... I'm glad to be near Eleanor. And Thomas is quite the brilliant mixologist. Made me a tea cocktail I'd never even heard of.
He waits for some reply, perhaps some witty repartee about tea variety. I'm just going to have to disappoint. Well, if you need anything...
Don't worry, it's not your job to play babysitter. I can take care of myself. Thank you, though, for offering.
The old boatman hunches on his stool, kissing the wood and dancing cheek to cheek with an empty glass of amber. You all right there, Throg?
I was just...
He straightens up, eyes closed, resting his head on his shoulder while he puts together his next word.
I was just thinking.
Looked like more than that.
You caught me.
He resumes his position and begins to hum a sad old tune that reminds me of a place I'd never known.
Back so soon?
You used to work for Marm, right? How'd you end up in Dreamland? Tiana's elegant face splits, my question hitting her like a splotch of ink on pristine paper.
Everyone knows the stories. Marm's rogue gallery of super criminals. Her trade school and doze. For a young woman left with nothing. Dreamland was a piece of driftwood. Tetka found me young, alone, and afraid. She saw potential, and I was eager to learn. It was how they...
So why'd you leave? Sure, you've got a nice operation, but it couldn't have been easy at the start. Marm's doze would have had you set for life. Might have even been in the running to be Marm's heir.
And what of you? Your reputation may not be as clean now, but it wasn't always this way. Why did you never agree to be someone's pet smuggler?
I have no answer. None that she wouldn't know already, and she knows it.
Marm's does may be princesses of Dreamland, but they'll always be beholden to her first. It was a price I could not, would not pay. A feeling you're no doubt familiar with.
Okay, nothing added here.
Take your time, but do not linger. Do Virginia.
Damn thing won't work.
She gives the radio a lovingly spiteful kick, jostling a box of tools and spare parts next to it. Finally, after several more expletives, the radio springs to life.
It's the bottom of the eighth. The Metromaniacs have the New England rails on the ropes. If Cookie Anderson can strike out one more...
Cress, covered in sweat, sits down on the floor and leans her head against the radio, listening intently.
It's still going. And Cookie's pitching still. I bet you $5 that he walks the next bat.
Cress gives a small smile and rolls her head to face Gardner.
I'll take that bet, old man. It's your money to lose.
And it's a strikeout! Cookie Anderson sends us into the ninth. If the Maniacs can hold on, they might have a shot at the World Series.
That's unfortunate. Looks like I owe you. But if you're still confident, how about another friendly wager? My rails against your Maniacs. I bet we come back and win it all.
Down one, with Butters Dickinson up next. Hope you brought more than that fancy suit of yours, Gia. Want in? Easy money.
So, maniacs are winning. Okay, maniacs are winning.
You just love the Rails because they always win. True fans don't need wins to support their team.
The Maniacs also win, Gia. They're gonna win tonight.
Your loyalty is admirable, but in the end, the result will be the same.
And without a single base gained by the Maniacs in the top of the ninth, the Rails are only down by 1, and it's up to Fatty McDaniels to win it for the Rails here in the bottom. Sweetbread Bailey is on third.
Now, I'd hate to punish a fellow fan over team loyalty. If you want to pull out now, I'll let you out of the bet. We can chalk this all up as a fun little game. Nothing more.
Do we look like fake fans? Fight and die!
Fight and die.
And it's going, gone! Fatty McDaniels has done it! And Bailey comes home. Ladies and gentlemen, what a comeback! And here comes Fatty now.
Gardner looks quite pleased with himself as he nuzzles back into the pages of his book.
Sorry, girls. It was inevitable.
I've got the other shipment coming in soon. But it will be later than you wanted.
Come on. Everything is late here in the hole. Why do you think I'm planning on dying here? I better get a couple more years at least.
Thomas, I will get you your spirits before the end of the week.
Perfect!
I don't think I would have survived Nellie without an inoculation shot from Thomas. Years of knowing the man, I don't think I've ever seen that grin of his drop.
Ah, Gia, you're back! Wow, my, why the long face? I've got something for you that'll be perfect.
He slides me a drink of something bitter and earthy with a side of peanuts.
Hello.
Nellie called you Professor. So what's your job up there exactly? I thought you couldn't even get into Olympus Park unless you were already one of the city's brightest.
That title's more of an affectionate artifact these days. I still teach on occasion, between supervising our younger members and the lab, but Olympus Park keeps me busy being their mouthpiece. To your point, while we recruit the city's brightest, many often come from less robust backgrounds. So we try to fill in the gaps and give them opportunities they might not have elsewhere.
Uh-huh. How many of those include Lowers recruits?
Admittedly, less than I would like. New York is a very big place. There are hundreds of baronies in the Lowers alone. They all require a unique touch. Too many brilliant minds slip through the cracks. But we do what we can. For example, 3 months ago, I recruited a lovely woman from Bell's Point. She demonstrated a radio doll and a snap-on umbrella cover.
A doll and an umbrella cover? Don't usually see the likes of those on Heights posters.
A shame, because they're no less intriguing. A talking doll that could be repurposed for long-distance communication. An umbrella cover that was prototyped despite being told it was undoable. If someone could do that with limited resources, think of what they could do in an ideal working environment.
You were on Ellis Island for a while. See much of the lowers from there?
I'm afraid not. I needed to remain close to the station in case Eleanor heard my message.
So you never stepped away from your post once?
Well, I did make one personal trip. I used to visit a hole-in-the-wall coffee shop back when I spent more time in the lowers. It had a delightful roast. I wish now I'd talked the secret out of them.
Why? What happened to it?
The most recent Baron decided to pave a new road over it. Apparently, they got tired of driving around the neighborhood.
You used to spend time in the lowers?
It's Randazzo. I hate to draw attention to my age, but there are still some of us who remember watching the first Uppers Island fly. I was born in the lowers, and I worked here for some number of years.
Hard to imagine it. We don't have much in the way of higher education, let alone what you'd find.
Oh, I wasn't in academia back then. I was a clerk. My family helped manage affairs between Uppers and Lowers baronies. Banal, but necessary, until the Prosperity Crusades started.
The Prosperity Crusades. The first time the Uppers and the Lowers barons ever warred against each other, fighting over islands like kids over toys. More than a few were left broken beyond repair. Heard about those days. It's what got Angel's Court sunk, right? A riot broke out. Didn't end until the barony crashed into the burrows.
A dreadful time, but losing an island over a senseless squabble was among the worst of it. A truce was signed, but... well, I don't need to tell you the rest.
In other words, the moment Angel's Court faded from memory, baronies went back to war.
Until next time.
Good day.
Almost Marm's birthday. Ever take time off to enjoy the party?
Few times. Back when it was still the Parade of Triumph.
Parade of Triumph? Not sure I ever heard of it.
That'd be because the old girl swallowed it up. Used to be a celebration of Dreamland's accomplishments.
Let me guess. Marm couldn't help but make it about herself?
No. Caused a stir among her lieutenants at the time. Emboldened a few to try mutiny.
That solemn look could fill a history book. The coup failed, and the parade became a yearly celebration of her, cementing Marm's legacy into another cornerstone of the barony. You said you used to be married.
No. LMA, she and the kids left the city many years ago.
You still keep contact?
I hear about them. LMA worked for the newspaper. Well, she's retired, but writes guest columns. Pen still is sharp. Our eldest went into theater. On tour in Europe, last I heard. Youngest is a captain.
Captain, huh? Must run in the family. I've barely finished speaking the words when the old sailor's eyes swell. A hint of pride stuck in a pool of melancholy.
No captains here, Miss Randazzo. Mr. Throg'll do.
Giovanna. So long.
How can I help? Let me know if there's anything I can do to help.
There you are.
Okay, no update.
Just got a new shipment in. See you soon.
Hi, Gia. Bye for now.
Hello, miss. Clear skies to...
Look what the cat dragged in. See you soon. Hey there. Drive safe.
Okay, let's equip. This. Okay, I'm ready to move on. And with this money, I cannot buy something useful now. So, I'll depart for Dreamland in my next video. See you next time.